Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Scourge of War Antietam. This is a DLC pack for Scourge of War Gettysburg, and this is part 3 of a series in which I am playing the entire battle as the Union, or actually the morning as the Union. So there's a 6-hour scenario where you have the entire Union army at your disposal. You are basically General George B. McClellan, and that's the scenario we're playing here. It ends around 1 o'clock. We're about 45 minutes into the battle. So far things are going reasonably well. We've pushed the Confederates out of the Miller cornfield and are advancing ever so slowly on the Dunkirk Church, but we're sort of hopefully grinding them into dust. In addition to that, we've pushed out of the East Woods and are driving in toward a farmstead along this roadway just a little bit to the west. And we're beginning to see additional reserves or reinforcements start marching forward, although many of them are not yet under our control. We should see Sumner's Corps really getting into the mix soon, and hopefully we will be able to break this Confederate flank as the rest of Sumner's Corps comes online. Casualties are favoring us ever so slightly, and with our numerical advantage, that should be a big advantage as well. I think, anyway. I know a couple of regiments have surrendered. I'm not sure if those are factored into casualties or not. But overall, it feels like we're starting to kind of grind the Confederates into dust, which I think is the best strategy for the Union in this battle. Now, just a heads up, this video was originally going to be a historical discussion about the Battle of Antietam. I was going to start that with episode 3, but I'm posting this a couple of days early because my plan originally for today's video was to be a look at War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. It was going to be my first part of a play-by-email game that I'm going to be doing with XTRG. He's already posted like 7 parts as he went through Japan's first turn. However, the save that he sent me wasn't the end save. It was like a mid-turn save, so he didn't. I don't think he actually hit end save or end turn. So I wasn't able to load my turn up, which means I'm going to have to be delayed a couple of days on that while I wait for us to kind of get this sorted out. But while we wait on that, I didn't want to not post anything, so I'm posting the part 3 of my look at Scourge of War Antietam, this scenario, and it's just going to be taking the audio from the actual live stream. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys at the end. Some of that artillery is just coming up fresh, though. Really would like to bring powerful guns to bear on enemy's flank. Also still waiting on additional reserves for Sumner's Corps, because I believe only 1 division of Sumner's Corps has come forward so far. Or get a little bit closer to the front. They called you Fighting Joe for a reason, right? Bring some of these guns up. Whoa! Those infantry advanced way the hell out on their own. Alright, Gibbon. Advance your men. Yeah. Oh boy. We don't have anywhere near enough troops in this wood line here. We'll advance with Gibbon, but they could easily get in behind us. We're going to move... Double as a division commander. We're going to move Dana over here in a double line, because he's got just a gigantic... He's going to assault that wood line over here. There's quite a few rebel troops over there. Alright, Dana, whatever it is. Whatever your name is, get over there and attack. You, sir. What's your name? Alright. Stuff. Get your troops out that way. Keep the advance moving. Keep the pressure up. Don't let the Rebs relax. Good old Wisconsin boys, that Western Regiment. I'll send these guys off over here to hopefully deal with the artillery. Additional rebel infantry's coming in here. Eventually on the counterattack. And look at all those dead bodies on the ground. Here's truly. Gotta butcher them up. General George B. McClellan, support urgently required. We're under attack by superior forces and are being forced to fall back. Send reinforcements at once or all will be lost. We're under attack by superior forces? General Hooker, I think you've lost your senses. Where are these superior forces coming? I see no superior forces. You're driving them, sir. You're driving them. Don't send McClellan reports like that. You know he won't attack. I mean, sure, the right flank is in some trouble, but we've got 2,000 reserves coming up. These guys getting hit by canister, that's a problem. But, nothing that we can't solve by advancing on the enemy guns. Give him the bayonet, sir. Give him the bayonet. Alright. So, yeah, I really don't understand what he's talking about. That's not a scripted event necessarily either. Couriers and things like that get sent in this game. Oh. Well, they do have a brigade kind of on our flank there. Where are these guys going? Guess they could charge. Chargey! Alright, let's zoom in. Watch these guys go in. There they go. Into the enemy line. In go the 500. Cannon to the left of them. Cannon to the right of them. 106 Pennsylvania. Thank you very much for the additional bits there, J Street. Appreciate the support. Suicidal piecemeal attacks. Wasn't that the order of the day for Antietam? I feel like other than Hill's division going in on the full, Antietam was all about the suicidal piecemeal attack. Alright, so they drove that rebel regiment back. I always hate to hear that, because that generally means canister fire, which typically when you're the attacker is bad. Why don't you halt and engage them? 103 yards is short range. These guns are good for short-range work. Trying to crush our flank. I think it's a good thing I deployed some artillery over there. You guys are willing and tired. The Highlanders kind of guarding our flank. They're kind of just chilling. I think we've got some additional troops coming on this roadway over here. I don't know if they're actually in our command yet, though. It doesn't look like it. But additional Yankee reserves are coming forward. Good God, the Battle of Antietam was ginormous. Just look at these columns and columns of men. We'll zoom down here. Scroll down. Let's see. Infantry upon infantry. More and more blue coats coming forward here, crossing the creek. Moving to the front. Artillery batteries and infantry galore. Just look at those lines and lines of men. Look, even back behind them, there's even more. I don't command him. Actually, I do command him. More and more troops marching forward. The eventual Yankee victory at Antietam that will seal the Civil War for the Union. Hopefully. Or the Confederacy. Or it'll be a stalemate where nothing will be decided, but at least the Emancipation Proclamation may come out of it. Right. Bring that artillery up over here, good sir. Bring those guns forwards where they can fire into the enemy flank. Alright. So it looks to me like Hartstuff can advance his brigade a bit further. Meanwhile, we are driving these rebel guns back. Our infantry fire does appear to be suppressing these boys. And his brigade's formed up. Also, extend these guys over this flank. There are some troops up here. We've got some infantry fighting off enemy batteries on Nicodemus Heights. There does appear to be at least one brigade in the direction. But we're going to move 42nd New Yorker Tammany Regiment, which has actually a statue at Gettysburg, which I saw, which is kind of an interesting statue. Gettysburg. Them forward. You guys can already fire on that battery, so you just halt there and engage. Oh shit, they've only got 3 rounds of ammo left. Hey, ammo wagon, come over here and give us some resupply. What are these troops doing? Most of the troops on the front actually have a pretty decent amount of ammo. Looks like to me. Maybe not some of the boys on the flank. The Iron Brigade's been engaged the whole time, so probably depends on the regiment. 2nd Wisconsin's down to 3 rounds. You can see their troops falling over by the batteries. Should drive them back, hopefully. Alright, so I think we are driving them over here. How would you move your brigade forward? Another brigade over here off on the flank, but that's okay. Let's gauge the enemy if they're already in your sights. Kind of feels like piecemeal rebel units are still putting up resistance. There's brigade. Oh, he only has 150 men? Jesus. So who's getting the credit? I don't even know who's technically holding over here. Yeah, you're gonna halt there. Firing at them from point blank range. 90 yards? You kidding? It's Napoleonic. So Howard's holding here. He gets you see 290. You see this counter going down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bam. Or not. Should have gotten points for that. Kind of confused. Alright, keep the advance up. Holding it now? Gotta hold it for 20 more minutes. Okay. Alright, over here on the flank, got... The enemy is posing a bit of a problem on our right. Don't think it's anything we can't handle, though. Again, you can see why this is a battle you can quickly lose handle on, though. Honestly, I'm less concerned about like making sure that every one of these objectives is currently held. I'm more concerned on driving the rebels back, because if we destroy their army, the rest will kind of fall into place. Alright, so another regiment's moving back. I continue that advance. Gotta continue to try and crush this flank. Warren's brigade is still in the fight. He's still got about 1,000 men, a little bit less than 1,000 men. We are seeing quite a bit of success here as we advance in toward the Confederate flank. You can see it looks like some additional troops are forming up outside this cornfield. Brigades, 2nd Division. Double day. Second sharp should go over there on the flank. Should at least keep some of the trees on, probably. Helping you all follow what's going on. Alright. So... probably not enough troops in the cornfield. This brigade just got thrown back. Regiment. I don't know why I keep calling them brigades tonight. I know better than that. Damn, they got pushed back? Alright. Oh, well, these guys are retreating because they have no ammunition. Second Wisconsin, 0 rounds of ammo. Alright. Well, supply wagon's right here. Give them a fresh coat of ammo. It should be good to go. They're exhausted, but they should be good to go. Let's watch these guys get resupplied. I mean, the ammo wagon's right on top of them. Shouldn't it resupply them just by default? They're moving over to this wagon? There is a resupply order, by the way. Whatever. More infantry over here. Doesn't look like I can command these troops, but another division is coming in here. They're going to extend our flank and our attack. I want to kind of push forward on these artillery batteries. Probably should make sure this infantry is neutralized first. Where are we at casualty-wise now? Oh, wow. Our gain is increasing, so the enemy's lost over 10% of their army to this point, while we've lost just 5% of ours. Hooker's corps is doing the majority of the killing at this point. He's lost about half his strength. Mansfield's corps has been in the action, but not as efficient. Sumner's corps thus far has been very efficient as well. So we have a total of 24,000 troops on the field out of an eventual 78,000. The enemy's lost 4,200 men. We've lost 3,500 men. And it is around 6:58 in the day. So we're about an hour into the actual fight. So 1/6 of the way into the scenario as we continue this steamroller of an attack on the flank. You try and drive these guys back. Move those troops in over there. It does look actually like there's additional rebel troops coming up. I wonder if this is Texas Brigade or Division or whatever. We don't have a lot of troops in our center. Who do these troops belong to? 3rd Pennsylvania, 4th Pennsylvania, 7th Pennsylvania. 2nd Brigade. We know where their commander is. There he is. Right. Go ahead and put your troops into position over here. General Magleton, or actually Colonel Magleton. These guys got way out in front of the rest of the position. They're engaging artillery. Hopefully they will drive some of it back. They're going to be the focus of a lot of canister fire, though. They're also the focus of some flank fire from some enemy infantry. Keep the advance up, boys. Keep moving forward. General Seymour is holding the Muma Farm, which is the name of the objective. So through. Meanwhile, these troops are not attacking because they were kind of already engaged and shot up a bit. But we've got the 20th Mass. We've got troops moving into position here on the other flank. They did drive us back a little bit, but where are you going? Don't you dare get out in front. The 2nd Wisconsin get re-ammoed? Yes, they did. They have 50 rounds of ammunition, and they're ready to go back into the fray. Well, maybe not, but I'm telling them to do it anyway. See fresh rebel infantry forming up behind this line of artillery near the Dunker Church. Guys are taking a lot of casualties here. You can see the dust clouds from the canister ripping through their ranks. 201. Good God, they broke fast. Yeah, that's a lot of artillery. One regiment probably can't manage it itself. Where are you guys going? Big Mass, get over there. We're not crushing the right flank as much, and there's another sort of wooded area over here that we need to try and take. We are doing pretty well on their other flank. Always some sharpshooters over here. They've got their good old sharps. Kind of funny that a sharpshooter weapon is called a sharps. Seems like a fitting name for a weapon that was used by sharpshooters. I think I can dislodge those guns. I mean, I dislodged the guns on Nicodemus Heights. It will take a bit of effort, but I think if I bring a good deal of infantry forward, we can do it. Granted, if they deploy infantry behind them in support, that will make the task more difficult. Whoa. Where are all these troops coming into play? Oh, these are AI troops for sure. Kind of makes me nervous that they're going to advance their flank into the rebel sunken road area. Although honestly, I'm all kind of turned around so that I don't really know where the sunken road is. I think it's up here. These guys are still relatively okay. Max Vey about... Oh no, I can't command them yet. These are just new troops arriving on the field. Not yet. Employ. Alright, so you can see a lot of canister fire here as our troops engage these enemy guns. Kind of at long range here, but they're doing it. Oh god. Drive these guns back. You can see the guns are taking casualties. Problem is there's just a lot of batteries to try and dislodge, or a lot of individual guns. You can see we just drove one off there. These guys have lost 121 casualties. And another gun's being driven off. You can see the guns are steadily being driven back, and casualties are being inflicted upon them. I don't think it's the same guy, Nuhazer. Yeah. So more all those shotgun sounds. More guns being pushed back. There's another line of guns back behind these guys. We're gonna have to deal with the infantry first. John Gibbon, I know your boys have done a lot of work. You only have 310 men left in the Iron Brigade? Good God. Good God, man. What has happened to your brigade? General, I have no brigade. Alright, Lieutenant Colonel David Fox. So this brigade of 210 men, really one regiment, is under the command of a lieutenant now because they've lost so many casualties. Brigade forward. More like your single regiment. Dana, move your troops forward. You've done splendidly. Now keep on pushing. Alright, so we have driven them, it looks like anyway, we've driven them out of those woods, or at least pushed them back through some of those woods. On the right, so we'll continue pushing there. This whole gun line is more or less pushed back now. We've got additional troops arriving here over on the flank that we can't command yet. A whole bunch more troops are on the way. Dale's going to bring his troops up, and now it's just a matter of dislodging this infantry here. Which again, it's good infantry. It'll be a small task. It's, art stuff over here. These are his troops. Go ahead and bring Magleton forward as well. I think the key to driving these guys out of their lines is not going to be a frontal attack, because there's just too much, there's still some artillery support intermingled that's going to make this a nightmare. It's going to be these troops coming through over here on the right, through this wood line, trying to flank the position around the Dunker Church. Hard is a big-ass brigade. Okay, we've driven back more infantry over here. Frankly, it kind of feels some of that work's already done. Gibbon, move your 2 brigades or regiments forward. Helps. Old Dana. Keep advancing in double column. I'm not convinced the enemy's not going to push back over her. Our infantry over here is still fighting. Over near Nicodemus Heights. These guns out of ammo yet? No, they've still got quite a bit left. Alright. Why don't you bring your guns forward? Crawford's brigade. Keep them in reserve over there. Keep on, keep on, keep on pressing. Pressing? That's not a word. Keep on, keep on, keep on pushing. Pushing the dastardly rebels back. Drive on, drive on, drive on, children, till the rebels are driven from the field. No, I should really not sing. Alright, so there you go. We've started to take and hold the West Woods. We've taken the East Woods. We're moving forward here into the West Woods. The rebels have more or less pulled out. Woods. Keep pushing over here. We might actually have an envelopment. This position, actually, some of the regiments already have flanking fire on some of these guys over here, like the 7th South Carolina. Its flank is in the air. going to detach that regiment. I'm actually going to go ahead and move Howard's troops forward, but I actually just detached the 106th Pennsylvania in order to ensure that it didn't move out of its position. Again, a little bit micromanagey for a battle where I'm commanding 60,000 troops, 70,000 troops, or whatever it may be. But it is what it is. Let's wreck Jackson's corps. Alright everybody, and on that note, let's go ahead and end this video here. We're a little bit over 30 minutes in, so we'll go ahead and chop this off, and we'll pick up where we left off next time. I don't think I'll have the historical discussion of Antietam ready quite yet by tomorrow, so tomorrow's video will just kind of continue the live stream discussion. Just for those of you who may have been wondering, if you're still with me, the images that you saw in the first 2 minutes or so were some photos that I took from Gettysburg when I was there last fall. It was the first time I'd ever been to Gettysburg. Obviously, it's not Antietam, but I thought there were some good pictures that I had. And yeah, they were taken on an iPhone, but still, I really enjoyed it. It was an amazing trip. And, you know, I figure some of the intros and outros, it's probably not as nice and pretty as looking at a stock image. And I know I've had complaints in the past of not talking over the actual gameplay outside of the stream itself. So I figured, hey, why not share that? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. So far, we've had quite a bit of success. We've pushed out of the Miller cornfield. We're driving on the Dunker Church ever so slowly, trying to grind the Confederates back while also advancing through that wood line on the right. On the left flank, we've had a lot more success, pushed the Confederates out of the East Woods, pushed them through this farmstead, and are kind of almost pushing them back both on their right and on their left flank, kind of bending their lines back almost in a little bit of a semicircle. And that's a kind of an interesting proposition because the enemy army is largely based further south and to the west, or sorry, to the east. So we're kind of pinching off a corner of the Confederate army, a big chunk of Jackson's corps in this engagement here. We've inflicted a sizable amount of casualties on the Confederates, a much larger percentage of the Confederate army than we have ourselves have lost. So all in all, things are going reasonably well, but we'll see how that continues in our next video, and until then, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.